Rumors had been spreading for weeks in Léopoldville about what had become of Patrice Lumumba, the man who had led the Congo to independence on June 30th, 1960, charismatic, uncompromising, and hated by Western capitals, had vanished from public life. In the months that followed independence, the country descended into chaos. The army mutinied, the mineral-rich province of Katanga seceded under Moïse Tshombe, and Cold War anxieties turned local disputes into international chess moves. Lumumba's promise to free Congo from foreign domination collided with frantic efforts by Belgium and the United States to protect strategic interests. By September 1960, Colonel Joseph Mobutu had staged a coup, sidelining Lumumba and placing him under effective arrest. The rumors hardened into a conspiracy. In December, Lumumba slipped from house arrest and tried to rally support in the east, but he was captured and quietly transferred south. On January 17, 1961, he was executed in Katanga, not in a battlefield shootout, but in a carefully arranged act of political elimination. Witnesses later described scenes of interrogation and brutality. Members of the secessionist administration, local gendarmes, and foreign military personnel were present. What followed was not merely a killing, it was a carefully managed erasure. His body was disposed of in ways intended to deny a grave, a martyr shrine, or a rallying point. The deeper story, uncovered in years of investigations and the slow release of archival material, was one of international conspiracy. Brussels had never accepted the loss of its prized colony. Belgian officers remained embedded in Katanga's security forces. In Washington, fears of a leftward turn in the new African Republic produced contingency plans. Declassified CIA documents and the testimony of participants have shown that U.S. intelligence considered Lumumba a threat and pursued options to neutralize him: clandestine contacts, financing of rivals, and covert schemes to remove him from power. But the killing was not a single foreign operation. It was the result of intersecting motives. Katangan leaders, desperate to protect control of copper mines and opposed to a central government that threatened secession, saw Lumumba's removal as survival. Congo's internal rivals, men like Mobutu, who would later consolidate rule under a personalist dictatorship, benefited from Lumumba's absence. Western intelligence services calculated that a Congo outside their orbit could tip the regional balance. The execution was thus the grim product of local vendettas and Cold War imperatives, enacted in a shadowed room in a provincial town. The murder reverberated far beyond the moment. Lumumba's death became an emblem of the post-colonial betrayal, a democratically elected leader cut down amid foreign meddling and internal treachery. It radicalized anti-colonial movements across Africa and the world. It cleared the path from Mobutu's long, kleptocratic reign, during which Congo, renamed Zaire, endured decades of repression and economic ruin, while its mineral wealth financed personal enrichment and geopolitical posturing. For years, those who ordered, attended, or abetted the killing hid behind classified files, denials, and diplomatic silence. Families and activists demanded truth and accountability. Decades later, investigators, journalists, and scholars pieced together the threads: documents from European and American archives, the recollections of survivors, and corroborating testimony from former intelligence officers. These disclosures did not neatly resolve culpability, but they exposed the scale of collusion between foreign powers and Congolese actors. This is a true-life tale not only of assassination, but of what happens when a newly independent nation becomes a playground for faraway ambitions. It is a story of how rumor, first whispered in Léopoldville streets, graduated into a confirmed crime that reshaped a continent. The murder of Patrice Lumumba remains a painful chapter in African history, a crime whose full moral accounting is still, in many ways, unfinished.